Yeah, like some of these commercials be terrible.
You ready,
bro.
Cam?
No, he said he counted down.
Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah, we're good there. We're good. Okay.
Yeah, some of these commercials, when some of these
ads.
producer commercials be nuts. Can I tell you the top 3 most annoying producer commercials? Shout out to them because these are all great products.
Yeah, facts. But I want to
like
your
we
top
use
3
all of them. My top
most
3
annoying
and I think
producer
y'all agree with
commercials.
me. It's not in order.
Okay.
But there's the Hit Boy arcade commercial.
If I had this by the time I was 19, 20,
I'd be a billionaire.
I'd probably be a billionaire by now.
That's
And then
my
that
favorite.
arcade
That's one of my
joint.
favorite commercials.
And it's just him making
That's
a
just
beat.
not it.
Number 2, shout out to the homie man, but
Who?
Kyle Beats, the drip like
Legendary.
2 clicks in your
Kyle, can I just because I was letting you like, and this may work for your brand too.
Okay.
But like, it's bad when other niggas using your shit in their beats and videos, like Nick Mira. You know how I would feel if Nick Mira every video, and you guys know how I'm about to finish this off. 2 clicks, 2 clicks.
And
I'm
you're
like,
good.
I didn't mean for it to get like this.
And can I tell you
Legendary.
what the third one is?
Legendary commercial.
I didn't even
though.
know.
What's the third one?
I didn't even know K-Camp made this song. I hope this is the right record.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it.
What?
Oh my god. You know. Is it autotune?
Yo! No. It's on me, go that.
That shit is hard, bro.
What was I watching?
Yo,
That
real
shit was
talk.
hard. That shit
Whoever,
was hard,
yo,
bro.
somebody find us
artist
that
is
song.
fire.
If you
Yeah.
find us that song in the comments,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Put
Please,
it
we'll
on
give
your
you a shout out next
label that in the
episode. Real
comments.
talk.
I
Please
need
put that
that.
in the comment. Cool, got you.
Add
So
that to
sorry,
my
didn't introduce
playlist.
this
All right,
podcast.
K-Camp, I might have to take back your shout out.
Yeah, I don't think it was K-Camp.
Yeah,
so,
sorry, K-Camp.
welcome to the Audio Nerds podcast. It's your boy Devon Terrell. To the left of me,
LJ, the FL God.
got you. You get confused every time. To the right of me,
It's Courtney Taylor. You already know what's going on.
cool. And this is the Audio Nerds podcast where you get to discuss, or basically we discuss the audio community and audio in general of what we love. We feel like this is a void that a lot of people, or that doesn't really exist too heavy in the podcast space, besides Pensado Place and a few others. But
Thanks.
we are nerds, and this is what we love to talk about. So this is where we at. So now we're going to go over to LJ, and I want you to give us
sir.
what we can't live without or what we need to get rid of.
Yeah, one gotta go.
One gotta go.
Today we're doing plugin effect companies.
Plug-in effect companies.
Facts.
Okay.
Whew. UAD,
Okay.
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 Isotope,
Okay.
Waves, Slate Digital.
No. Why did you do that? I don't even want to do this one.
Huh.
You can't do that.
I can. I know.
What am I losing with UAD?
Oh.
Everything.
Okay. No.
Hardware
word?
too.
Okay.
The company doesn't exist. One has to go. Like, there's no UAD, bro.
Okay. What you
You don't
thinking?
get no
what am I-
Time Lord,
that's what I'm saying.
LG.
So like what? Like all right. So I know you said that the company goes, but in terms of the plugin effects I use, what am I losing?
I don't
if
know
I
what
don't have
you use, my
UAD?
brother.
I'm with you. Because I'm not a UAD user.
Yeah, I don't use the plugins. Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
have any UAD stuff. I'm not saying it's bad at all. I just don't use UAD stuff.
I gotta sign up for their joint.
No, you have to have hardware in order to use their plugins. Is that correct? Am I
No,
correct?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
UAD Spark is subscription and it's all on
You
your
might have
computer.
just saved yourselves UAD.
So
I like you again.
That's the main
I fuck
reason
with
why I
y'all.
never had UAD at all. I never joined their entire
to
ecosystem.
be transparent. Yeah,
Because
that's it was kind of OD.
Yeah, I
like you
didn't
telling me
wanna-
I need another interface.
Yeah.
to use your plugins. Is come on.
I'm done. I didn't want to do it. So that's why I never used it.
Wow. Okay, so can we? Is there a way that? Because I know, don't they own Lexicon?
Oh, shit!
They have the
Lexicon.
Harman.
Digital Reverb.
Harman Technologies has a license to that Lexicon. Because that's the company that makes a lot of the honestly, the Lexicon, not hoard out, but the Lexicon is around. Like there's a few plugin companies that have the Lexicon
have
emulation
lexicon stuff.
So I feel like this whole convo comes down to whether you use UAD or Waves.
Basically. Are
Alright,
you a
if
Waves
I-
guy
so
or
if I
UAD?
remove, since all of us use Waves,
Yeah.
if I remove UAD from the conversation, since it's kind of not fair,
That's
it's
too
easy
hard.
to go.
No.
Nah, but
I still
that's
like it.
that's the point.
No.
If you don't use UAD, then UAD does go. So now Waves, Slate,
What's another
Isotope,
joint? What's another joint?
Antares, because they're not getting rid of auto-tune.
You're not getting rid.
No,
I'm
I'm
just
not getting rid of auto-tune.
Just not doing.
You could add that, though. I'm here
I
for
know
that.
how I sound. It's just not happening. So my thing. Okay, so this is my thing. When it comes to Slate Digital, right?
Yeah.
I am new to Slate
Uh-huh.
as far as being a new user to their stuff.
You got the mic. And you
I'm
got
in
that
love.
Fresh air.
I just fell. So Slate is like my new chick, right?
Yeah, the
like
new shorty.
is my new chick. It's like, wow, you mad fun. Like that's what Slate Digital is for me right now. It's like, yo, you're my new girl. It's like, yo, you're mad fun. But I'm kind of cheating on Waves that been holding me down
Yep.
for years. It's like, yo, that's wifey. We
That's
know.
true. Okay,
You've
I
been
see where you're
holding it
coming from
down. I
with that.
open a session. Oh, you're
It's
all
waves.
over the place.
You're all
You know
over
what
the
I'm
place.
saying? But when it comes to Slate, I can't let it go because it has opened up a whole
A lot of
new.
doors.
It showed me around a little more.
It's elevation, yeah.
Elevation
or
Anna?
evolution. Wow, I can't speak. Evolution. It's
What?
the evolution of. It's really showing us. Oh, there's potential to reach. It's creative
For sure.
Yeah,
it's creative.
For sure.
Waves
It's
is
very
created by the
creative. It's
book.
very creative
Yes.
driven.
And Waves is starting to become creative, and that's what I
Creative.
love about it.
Their sampler.
Create sample.
Listen, let me tell you this right now.
Shout out one time for the one time.
That CR8 sampler
Shout out Fruity
and
Sampler.
Waves Cosmos.
Shout out Fruity Sampler.
I'm in. You can have that. But that
Shameless
CR8
plug
is
for
my
Fruity
go-to.
Sampler
That
too.
is my sample. I didn't just make that video. When they showed me, because I had the privilege of them sitting down with me and showing me CR8, I could not believe that it was real. I was like,
That's
fam,
how they was
that I could
working
type
with
in snare, dark, saturated, and it would give me all the snares in my library that was dark, bro, OD. Like the way
hard.
it does is insane. So that's
Can
my
I tell you,
favorite thing.
I can't let go. I can't let go of Chris.
Who's Chris?
CLA.
Oh no,
facts.
Chris Lord,
Everything
yeah.
Mr. Lord
CLA.
Algae.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
use
yeah.
everything CLA.
That's very.
Yeah, everybody
I
does.
wouldn't lie to you about
Shout out
that.
to Jason Joshua.
The fact that we haven't said isotope once
Hold on.
shows.
I was gonna say though, right?
Hold on,
Can I
though.
speak to that one? Can I speak to that one?
Okay.
So, I know all the isotope heads out there is about to call me a bum ass nigga. It's okay, but Waves doesn't have like a good
I know what you're gonna say.
stereo widening modulation.
Yes, they do. That
In
S1?
in
They
comparison.
have a legendary one.
in comparison to Ozone.
Nah, not like S1, bro. I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie.
that's not true.
Not like
That's
That's
a
not
good
true.
fight. Hold
That's
on.
not true.
Hold on. So the S1, they have center plug-in too.
And center.
Yes.
What were you
I-
about to fight? Go ahead. What were you
Waves
about
is
to fight?
untouchable for me.
Waves
I'm
is
gonna just
untouchable.
say
For sure.
Waves
I
is
think
untouchable.
we know what we there. Yeah,
I think we can't. But when it comes to isotopes, when I think about isotope, right? I think about,
Oh shit, tonal balance too.
bro, they're bundles. Like what you get in the Ozone suite is insane.
Insane.
Just like that video I showed you on the what's that plug-in?
Neutron?
Oh my god.
Neutron.
The
Yeah.
Neutron was stupid where it matched the piano, bro. So I'll tell you this. I think Isotope is one of the top companies creatively. I think they're one of the most creative plugin companies. Like the way they have their stuff, their GUI. I like the way I think they're one of the most more creative ones.
Okay.
So I mess with them because they kind of think very like detailed. Like for them to be like, you could take a snare and match the sound. I was like, that's fire.
Yeah, it's
Tonal
very
balance
good.
control. Even though a lot of people, there's a lot of controversy behind tonal balance control. By the way,
In the sense of what?
there's people that say it's not accurate at all. And to those people, I say, well, I don't use it like as a end all be all, meaning, oh, this is
Oh,
correct.
I'm about to say you're talking about the people that speak to like.
It's
oh,
not-
I hate when like people use this to mix because it's not.
It's not perfect.
And I'm
Like,
like, bro,
who
it's
said
a
this is perfect?
guideline. Shut the fuck up.
Yo, so there's a video of a guy, and there's no shade to him.
No shade to no one. by
But
the
he
way.
completely pooped on it and was like,
Yeah, nah,
yo.
I know which video you're
He
talking
put,
about too.
he put like a Dua Lipa record in, and it's fine. I understood what his sentiment. I want to be very clear. I understand his sentiment.
For sure.
He put a Dua Lipa record and said, tonal balance control is telling me that this record is not mixed right. Like basically. And he was like, you think I want to believe that? And I said, yo, I understand, but here's how I would use it. I would put the Dua Lipa record in, look at what it's telling me, because that's a perfect mix in your mind. And then I would go, oh, bet I'm going to match this curve
I was
that
about to say.
Dua Lipa's record is.
I'm about to say, and I also think that us as the more advanced or the engineers and producers that know more, stop like understand your wording because I hate it when I hear that. Oh, so basically tonal balance control is telling me this song isn't mixed right. That's not first of all, that's not even what the shit does in the first
Yeah.
place. It's telling you where these frequency bands are hitting.
Yeah, and that's what I say. It's
on.
to be used as a tool,
Like,
not
come on,
as
bro.
a like. There's no plugin that I use and go, oh, this is
Where I'm supposed to be mixing every one of my songs like right here.
It's a
Like,
tool.
come on, bro.
It's just like Guard Particle. It's like even though when you put that on anything, it sounds
Yes.
amazing. I will say
And
that.
2 clicks and you're done.
2 clicks
Two
and you're
clicks is
done. No,
perfect.
not even a click. It's just open it and you're done.
Open it and you're
Guard Particle is like that, but it's one of those plugins that even though it's kind of like a you slap it on that's it.
It's a
you
referencer.
tweak. It's a reference. I
Yeah.
go okay cool. I bet I'm too much in the green. I'm too much in the. That's why
Yeah.
I like Guard Particle so much because it lets me know where I stand.
Where
You know what I mean? It's like okay cool. Like I stand here, and they're planning to bring in Mike Will, Dave Posado to have their own curves in Guard Particle, so that they can say this is where I like things to hit, which is
Jason,
OD.
It's
this
about to
can
get
be
lit.
if Cradle Audio said this, we are a plugin company with one plugin. They would be
And they
the
was
best
going-
plugin company.
Yeah, they would probably be the best.
Not
Like
gonna
I
lie.
love Fab
In the
Filter. I
world.
love
Yeah.
all these companies, but
Yo,
Damn,
God
we
particle.
talk about Fab
God
Filter.
Did you?
Talk
You
about-
got it right. You got God.
I got that before
didn't
everyone. I got that.
I bought it
We
late.
didn't
Like
talk
an
about
idiot.
Fab Filter.
Huh?
We didn't talk about Fab Filter.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
Fab Filter could have been on the list, but I don't think. I
effects.
think Fab Filter would have left easier for me than
think so?
my loser right now. Slate leaves.
Yeah, I was kind of saying that in my head, so I'm not
And
gonna
I
lie
can
to you.
understand people's sentiment about Slate because I feel like either you know Slate or you don't.
don't.
I don't. And for me, it's like I don't think people be like, oh, I like to use this one plugin. You know how
From
there's
Slate.
in every company there's this one plugin from
People
every
like
company.
to, yeah.
I feel like Slate is like either you use Slate or you don't. I feel like it
I
has
think
like
it's with Fab Filter too.
no Fab Filter got. You don't have to use all the Fab Filter stuff, but you got some stuff in it that's heat. Saturn 2,
Saturn 1. You're right.
Pro Q3, Pro R,
They got
Pro L.
Pro
They even got-
L2, bro. You just have to get,
right,
bro.
yeah.
Like Fab Filter. I'm sorry, they're here to stay,
that's one of
and they
those-
give
They're
no
one
sales.
of those niggas.
They give
They
no
don't never
sales.
give a sale. Yeah.
They said you want to
Them
sell,
and
buy one.
Spectrasonics.
like,
Spectrasonics don't do sales
Never
either
do
like that.
sales.
Yeah,
Oh, word?
yeah, yeah. I don't
Like,
think
it's
they do.
Christmas,
Yeah.
so boom.
They do not, yo. When
It's Christmas,
Black
here's the new
Friday came,
edition.
I was like, ooh, I'm gonna load up on Fab Filter. I went and I was like, where's the deal? It's still $7,000.
That's
It's
when
a
you
new-
go to
you
Plug-in
bought one?
Boutique or
I got to start tapping in more to Plug-in Boutique.
Plug-in Boutique is fire.
Yeah, I heard
For
it.
sure.
Yo,
Shout
yeah.
out Plug-in Boutique.
they had a deal where if you spent $1 in their shop, they're giving you auto-tune access for free.
Oh, that's like a lower tier auto-tune like thing?
No, yeah, that's right before EFX. They had another deal where
Uh-huh.
they would give you Massive from Native Instruments for
Oh, that's
free.
fire.
Like they get
That's
it's-
crazy.
It's a good.
You know what's
gotta
funny?
be on
Shout
there.
out my guy Cord over at Auto-Tune at Antares. He gets so mad at me when I'm only using EFX.
because everybody uses Pro. Guess
he
what?
gets, yeah, he gets. He be like,
I'm
yo,
a big
use
dog
Pro.
status.
I'm
I got
a big dog.
ass.
That's
says
my
it's
story.
Cord?
Yeah, Cord. No, his Cord. Yeah, Cord. Yeah, Cord.
You're not the only one, bro.
Yeah, we all
'Cause
use
he got us all onto that shit, and now
EFX is the one, man.
everyone be trying to Court. What are you doing? I have the Antares bundle. Do you not want to use Pro?
No.
No, I don't.
I wanna use
Like,
EFX.
I fucking don't. As a matter
EFX
of
is
fact.
hot.
They're
EFX
never
is hard.
throwing another bag your way. Because think about everyone you put onto EFX. He just snitched. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm
He
not gonna
said,
lie to
"Yo,"
y'all, though, but I'm
he
not.
tells all of us use EFX, not Pro.
I don't say don't use it. I just be
know.
like, yo, I like EFX
I like using
so
this.
much. I
You
like
know,
the sound of
That's
it.
very true.
Antares, their new what you call it, the harmony, not their new harmony thing, but their harmony thing versus that Waves harmony. We might need to make that a video.
So that's what I'm
That's
gonna.
a-
That's
that's
what I
a great
plan to do
idea.
is put
That's
it
a
up
great
against it
idea.
and see where it measures. Because the Harmony Engine, obviously, I've been
AVOX.
using that for years.
You
I've been using
have?
it for yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a secret.
It is a secret, but I'm not telling you what I use it for.
You're right.
I didn't. But you just made it mad hot, like or something.
snitched.
Made it mad
I'm a
hot.
op.
But I use that. I've been using that plugin for years. Let me just say that. So I think we landed on the fact that we wouldn't use
Slate.
You said Slate Digital is the one for
Perfect.
you.
Yeah.
I'm not using Slate.
Perfect.
What was the first company you used at first though? You the first
UAD is out of here.
So UAD for me. That's my pick.
But we took UAD out.
Nah, I'm not taking UAD
Switch
out.
out UAD for Fab. What leaves?
With Fab
No,
Filter, it's
UAD.
still
No,
gonna be
I'm
Slate
not
for
doing
me.
that.
It's still
I'm
gonna
not
be
doing
Slate
that.
for me.
And I'm gonna be clear. The only reason I'm taking out UAD is because I am not a user of the plugins. By
So
all
what-
means, if you would like to send me something, I'm right here.
So would you lose
right here.
the UAD hardware too? You okay with losing that hardware?
I don't use any UAD hardware. I don't use
Word.
any UAD plugins. I don't have any of that stuff. So yeah, no.
Universal, please put him on game. Please
Yeah.
send him something.
I feel like
Yeah, he gotta-
Apogee. Oh man, it's a long story.
I got
but-
one for Apogee soon. Shout out to Apogee. I
Yeah,
like that.
Apogee OD.
Shout
I got
out
the
to
Duet
Apogee.
3 is OD. I cut some stuff for the album on that app.
Word?
Yes, a lot of the records I cut on that. On
That
what you
hype
call it.
mic is
On the hype
dope.
mic?
I
Hype
ain't
mic
gonna-
is Shout out to
not
Apogee
on that,
Hype mic.
but
No,
I did
not
on a
on the-
duet.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking
yeah.
about. But I did the duet with the Slate Digital mic game. I was like, this is perfect in the hotel room.
Word.
OD. What was your one that you got out? Slate.
Slate.
Because you're not a user. That's
But
what I
you know
say.
what it is?
I am a user, but
I'm looking at it from his second question. I literally can't speak to UAD because I don't use them.
I
So
get
I don't
you.
think it's fair.
So
for
I don't
me
think
to,
it's fair
'cause
to
imagine,
judge it.
Imagine switching over to UAD and saying, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
It's good.
Yo,
I lost.
imagine. I'll be like,
I've seen Mixed by
fuck.
Ali using
Fuck.
their version of the two-way and all that other stuff.
oh, they probably have that voice of God plugin that he uses for his bass. Ali.
That's
Oh, no.
that's UAD.
No, it might be
I don't
different
think
one.
Voice of God is. I
not
need to get
UAD.
that. Thank you for reminding
That's a
me.
bass plugin.
Yeah, that he does for his 808s and stuff.
Mad fire.
Holy crap! I gotta watch that video again.
$70.
All right, we
yeah.
cheated.
So it's gonna take us finding out that Universal Audio owns something crazy.
And we're gonna all jump.
Like,
I'm gonna
imagine
hold
we
you.
talk about Fab Filter and they own Fab Filter,
Right.
And we're like, All right,
They don't.
UAD stays.
That's
UAD
OD.
gotta
Yeah,
stay.
UAD stays. Yeah, facts. But okay, so that's our conversation for the for the UAD for getting UAD out of here. As far as which plugin effect company would
Yeah, one
basically
gotta go.
have to go. So
It's all hypothetical.
All
Y'all are
hypothetical.
all here, and we're happy that you're all here.
that's a fact. We're very happy that you're all here. I actually use this UA 710 and stuff like that. Little Labs. Oh, Little Labs owns
No,
Voice of
but
God.
read it. The first link.
It's a UAD plugin. Oh damn.
Voice of God is in fact a UAD plugin. So you know what, UAD?
All right, I gotta
you
do it.
might
I
have just
gotta-
saved the spot on this list.
I gotta look into that a little more. I'm sorry. All right.
Slate,
What's
you're out of here.
today's
Love you though.
question?
The topic I wanted to bring to you guys today was, and this is very controversial, and I'm really not sure even how I'm going to answer or respond to it, but it's basically what genre breeds the best mixers? And let me preface this with this. I don't know if that's valid as far as that question, even being valid, because I think that every genre has a certain skill set that you have to have. Yeah. But at the same time, I just want to open it up to have an understanding and just kind of see what we can throw out and kind of get any clarity on as far as the best mixers relating to the genres that they're in and stuff like that.
I feel like it's always been rock and roll.
Okay.
I feel like just because of the added elements and the live aspect where you gotta be able to make all of these different sounding instruments blend, the vocal styles are so different. So you gotta be well versed in all these different styles. I think it'd be rock and roll. I'm looking at what I do,
Okay.
and I'm comparing it to holy shit.
This
Look
is
at what they
different.
have to go
What
through.
they have to
Right.
go
Like
through,
the
yeah.
most I'll get hip hop. We can do that in NFL.
Okay.
I don't think I can. I don't think we can.
Do rock
I don't think we
NFL?
can take a. You know what I mean? It's like
I feel you. Yeah, it's
the
a bit
most
more
I'm gonna
daunting.
get. The most I'll need to do in my genre in R&B is a bunch of harmony stacks or maybe a
Type
string
shit.
section.
Right, I get
Or
you.
a horn section. But
Okay.
that's not too difficult.
Okay.
I feel like rock and roll or maybe opera, but even then, those are overheads. You know what I
I
mean?
get
Like,
you. So this is what I'll say. I think the reason why we go to rock and roll being extremely difficult from a mix as far as best mixers is because I think what we fail to realize is the recording process of rock and roll is you have to be elite. Like
you do.
It takes
You gotta play that shit.
it takes
You gotta play that
good
shit.
recording engineers to capture a rock and roll
And yeah,
band.
actually be in the like yeah.
Right, as opposed to we're doing hip hop, it's all digital sounds in the box, and then we're just recording the vocal. That's like the
Exactly.
only
It's different.
analog thing in as far as the hip hop side. Not in very by all means, you can add drums if of course there's
and there's-
acoustic
yeah,
stuff.
like Anderson. You know what I mean?
But I know we're thinking about it in the sense of if we're doing rock and roll, we're automatically saying like every instrument is coming into this board
Yeah.
acoustically.
But even on
or
a different
electrically.
side, when we look at blues or funk or all of these live,
Which is what I was
other
about to
live genres,
Yeah.
I don't think they would be as the engineer wouldn't have to be as involved or as intricate as in like rock and roll, like
Okay.
blues or jazz. Jazz is a good.
Jazz is
This
tough.
is like the exact other side of rock and roll, where it's both live,
Right.
It's both,
But it's tough.
recorded differently, but
Yes, jazz
Both
has
are
a live
tough.
sound to it, and then secondly, you're not mixing jazz as loud. So
Yeah.
here's the thing about it: it's like depending on the genre that you're. First of all, let's separate two things. Hold on. There's a recording engineer and there's a mixing engineer, right?
sure.
When it comes to rock and roll, I think that it is a very
Recording engineer based job.
exactly. It's very intense recording engineer. That recording engineer did you get? He better be good.
gonna
He
be that
better
nigga.
know
Yeah, he gotta be
how
that
to
dude.
how to track overheads and make sure that he has I forgot what the rule is where the snare isn't causing phasing. Like there's a big
yeah.
people don't realize
XY.
how but you could do this, but you got to make sure the distance between the snare and the overheads is a certain distance so it doesn't fade. There's a
wild.
lot.
It's really wild.
There's a lot that goes into it, and a lot of people may not even know that because you're not used to mic. Like miking a drum kit is a skill. Like
Yep.
in every studio, there's the guy. Oh, he mics our drums. Like there's you know what I mean. That was always a thing back in the day.
And that
I
shit
feel
is
like
difficult.
it's very difficult.
I feel like we've always looked at the peak engineer, like all the famous ones come from that
Chris,
world.
right.
But I feel like that also
Quinn.
has something to do with how popular something is. Because I look at Jason.
That's also true.
Jason's on top of the world right now. And he's
Doing
doing
Latin
R&B
music.
records.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Doing
So it's
everything.
interesting.
So, but here's my thing. Back in the day, the popular music was
Rock and roll.
rock and roll
was the
and
point.
that type of thing.
So it has
So
to do with, I guess, whoever is whatever's popping right now, whoever's at the top of whatever's at the top,
Right.
is at the top.
Is at the top.
Yeah.
And those are the people that curate the sounds. And basically those older guys, here's the funny thing. We'll get like I don't know who specifically, but we'll get those older guys and they'll have a Beyonce record under their belt. They have a Jay record. Like they'll have those records, but they'll also have like classic rock stuff under their belt too. So,
that Apogee Studio. Remember when we went through?
Shit.
Oh,
It was OD. Bob.
Shout out
Bob,
Apogee Studio.
I'm so sorry, I don't remember his name.
Bob Clearmountain.
Bob Clearmountain. We met Bob Clearmountain. OG engineer.
Speaking of which, also again, another shameless plug for East West Sounds. They have the Bob Clearmountain drum pack. I was like, you niggas are weird.
I feel like he's being paid. He didn't tell us.
Yeah,
he's getting paid. Shout out East West.
It's like, yo, we heard you do this My Audio Nerds podcast, bro. Like,
you know what? Next one gotta go. I'm gonna put East West in there and see how he acts. I'm gonna say East West or Air.
Or Air. Or AIR.
Or the Sun.
I love AIR.
This nigga
I'm talking about
just came out my life.
That's some nerdy shit. I love AIR. That's a hard plug-in company.
Yeah.
That's a
East West or Sunlight. Like
you OD it.
you know what? I gotta go with East West, man.
So for me, it's like as far as who breeds the best mixers, I think that's really subjective, right?
For sure.
And because I can say, and I've had this experience. Better yet, I'll tell you an experience. I had a guy. He was heralded at my school in Full Sail for being like the best mixer. Like he's like, yo, he's ill, bro. He does all this rock stuff and he does like classical music. He was trained by blah blah blah. Cool. Gave him a hip hop record. And he mixed it. He mixed it like a classical record. There was no kick. There was no low end. It was like, yo, fam, my drums ain't hitting. He was like, the drums are perfect. I was like, no,
The
it's
drums
not.
are perfect, man.
It's not exactly.
Even like R&B or Afrobeats.
Afrobeats. Yo, so I got even
Afrobeats, yeah.
people. I got in trouble from a client one time because I mixed an Afro. This is before Afrobeat. You even know what it was. I had some African clients and they were doing Afrobeats, and I remember they were like, "Yo, just mix the record." And I was like, yo, this is a wild different sound. And I mixed it like a hip hop record.
Yep.
Heard a kick, turn it up. Heard the bass, make it bump. I did it wrong. You understand what I'm saying? And they were like, yo, this is not how Afrobeat sounds. I was like, fam, this is hidden, fam. What are you talking about? Like, this slaps right now. You hear your vocal, bro? Like, but that's what I'm saying. I say that to say when it comes to specific genres, there's a certain skill set that you should have or certain techniques that you have to apply to understand how that genre particularly sounds.
That being said, I will say, my fault to cut you, bro. But to your point about the jazz, and even to your point about rock and roll, and just how, like, you know, periodically it comes down to what's hot at the moment and who's good at that specific genre. For me, it is a hard question to answer, and it's very subjective. But I think my answer would probably rest in Philly soul R&B. Like
Why so?
Spinners, Temptations, Delphonics, that side of pop and R&B, because when you think about it, that came at a time when like a lot of classical stuff was being blended into the mainstream and into R&B and stuff like that.
Okay.
With the crooning era and shit. So when you had this new era where the lead vocal and the harmonies and the backgrounds they have to be very forefront, but we're also now introducing the fact that we're taking these classical like motifs and melodies and having to put them over like a more modern sound.
Right.
And there's moments where the drum fill is taking up the most of the space to give you that moment.
True.
There's moments where the strings are kind of breathing harder than everything else to give you that moment.
Right.
So I don't know. For me, at least, I think like, and probably even under that greater umbrella, I think R&B like
But
is
a
a
tough
tough
genre to mix.
Can I tell you something?
and,
I feel
and
like,
it breeds people that have a great understanding of what sound should fit where.
can I tell you something? I feel like urban music
I
has
like that
always urban music though has always, dating back to Motown, always had the privilege. I don't even want to say it as a deterrent because it sounds negative, but they've always been able to get away with like the mixes being dirtier.
Yes,
And it's
for
always
sure.
like
For
think about
sure, actually.
Think about, and Ninth always yells about this.
Wu-Tang, all that.
Bro, you talking some shit right now.
Dirty
Yeah,
mixes.
that's true.
That was real
Lo-fi.
lo-fi.
Yeah.
Even modern day Triple X.
Yeah,
Triple
Dirty,
X
distorting.
dirty.
Grungy,
And I
mad
feel like
grungy.
that's a characteristic that makes it special.
Yes,
It does.
for sure.
And I feel
for
like
sure.
the talented engineer or the most skilled engineer is just, we automatically deter from that.
Yeah.
Even though that's what
That's the sound.
the people want.
Yeah, and it calls
Yeah.
for it. Well, maybe the people don't even realize they
That
want
they
that.
want that, yeah.
Because
They
most
want
people
it.
are gonna, even people watching this, if you super don't know anything about audio, me saying that to you, as far as like dirty, grungy, you're like,
Yeah, but then you
Okay.
hear the
But then you
Look at Me record or
And I'd be like, yo,
take a look at me.
dirty grungy. Like, for instance, a good technique that people would use back in the day to really give you that warmth is we would run our mixes through tape. So like we get our mix, right? Finish our mix, and then we literally run it through a tape machine and hit it hard. Like hit the tape super hard just to give that roundness and that punchiness and that analog sound.
You know
I
what I
guess
do?
you could say. What do you do, Levis? Please tell me.
open up RC20 and put the noise knob all the way up.
As you should, young man.
Call it a
As
day.
you
That was
should.
good. I ain't gonna lie. That was good. You know what I do? I get that RC20 and I turn it to lo-fi and call it a day.
Lo-fi.
That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie. I did that one time. I did something nasty. Pro Tools has a stock lo-fi plugin. Honestly, it's one of the best.
works,
It's
though.
one of the best.
Yeah.
And literally, I was just like, let me make this sound a little dirty. And I hit it down one notch. Just like, there you go. It just took all the high end out, just made it feel a little dirtier. And then Thermal has a good preset too that does that.
for low end, yeah. I'm from
Thermal
lo-fi.
Portal.
Oh,
Shout out to
Portal.
Output, man.
That's
Shout
what I
out
say.
to
Output,
Output.
I can't go anywhere with Output and Portal. Like I'm not leaving those two places. But it's to sum up our conversation concerning the best mixers. I want to be clear. I don't think that a genre breeds the best mixers. I think that every mixer has a certain skill set
For the genre, yeah.
for the genre,
For the genre.
because you can give me a dance record and I will literally need to go and learn how to
Study,
mix
yeah.
and study. Kanye West's Graduation, if I'm not, no, Kanye West's
College drop.
not the one, next one, Diamonds with
Registration?
diamonds on it. I think
Oh,
Late
Late
Registration
Registration.
was mixed by a classical mix engineer.
Yes.
Forgot his name. I should find that out. I believe this is the story, but it was mixed by a classical because he wanted it. He wanted a more classical sound with it. And if you listen to the album, you realize
I can't not listen to the album.
It does have that tone. It feels like a classical, like kind of hip hop sound, and I love that. And
It feels like a score,
Craig
honestly.
it
Bauer.
does.
When I think about
What's his
it,
name?
Craig Bauer.
Craig Bauer.
Craig Bauer,
And I think he's
yes.
a classical mixing engineer. I think he's more of the classical side with his skill set.
I believe so.
But yeah,
I think that's the story. I could
and
be
it's,
wrong.
and it's something that, you know, for audio fans out there, like Kanye's never shied away from like the storytelling aspect of his art. But
it's
for me
perfect.
personally, when you listen to those first three, Late Registration for me plays out the most like a score. Like
Yeah.
coming from that intro right into the Adam
Yeah.
Levine song, I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
I'm
And-
in the world.
And you can listen, if you don't know about the album, just listen to Diamonds Are Forever.
Quite literally.
Fam, like that
Quite
whole
literally.
thing. It sounds like I always said it sounded like a James Bond
It's
intro. Like, you know what I mean?
Isn't it from a James Bond movie?
I think they used it after.
Yeah, the
for
sample.
sure.
So
they had
he-
to.
Yeah, that's hard.
I think they named the movie that too. Diamonds Are Forever.
That's
I
what
feel
I'm
like
saying.
they
I think
Diamonds of
it's from
Sierra
it's from the
Leone.
movie.
That was the name.
No,
of
but the song came
Diamonds
first.
from-
It was for a
No.
movie. It was for a movie.
The song came first, but then I
Diamonds-
think they used
Diamonds
it.
from Sierra
It
Leone.
came out for a movie.
Cap.
Yes,
Yes.
it was.
No, it
and what
didn't.
they used in the song is a sample from a James Bond film.
Yes, brother.
Diamonds are
forever.
forever. Yo, Kanye. Yo, he heard that? Like, I hear
Kanye
that.
West, nigga.
So
Kanye
the
West.
genre.
The Rock is
So
still
the
alive every time I ride.
So the
Yo, if I came to you made that, I would put you in a vault. Like, this nigga's
So I
elite.
feel like the best. Oh, my fault. I feel like the best engineer is the person that's able to seamlessly adapt between these
For
genres.
sure, between
But
genres.
it's not like don't force yourself.
No.
To try to learn all of them. Become the best you can at
Right.
what you have and what you're passionate about.
Right.
transparent.
And your job will be easy as hell. For sure.
Reference mix. My biggest thing that I tell everyone that does mixing, reference mix, meaning play a song that's commercially out there that you love and adore, that's already out against your song. It will tell you everything you need to know about what you're lacking and what you're missing and what you need. Stop failing your car test. You won't fail your car test ever again if you just reference mix. Bring in a commercial record, go to iTunes, pay 99 cents. It's worth it.
And if you master, use the reference button on Ozone by Isotope.
That's a cheat
a
code.
fact.
And can I tell y'all something? Speaking of Isotope Ozone, I wanted to say this, and now I have the platform to say it.
Oh, yeah.
All of y'all mastering engineers that's charging people $100 a master and just running it through Isotope Ozone,
He's snitching.
y'all are some nasty people. I just want to let y'all.
He said y'all gotta get that
are
figured
as bad
out.
as the studios that are running through Focusrite.
Y'all gotta figure
That's
that
a
out.
good
Not
hustle.
the Focusrite
It
Studios.
is. It's a good hustle. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to Isotope.
Shout out to Isotope. Isotope got y'all cheating.
Got a bag.
But I want to appreciate you guys for coming out. This has been the My Audio Nerds podcast. Make sure you go to myaudionerds.com to get some of our t-shirts and merch and stuff like that if you want to support the channel. Also, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And let us know in the comment section what else you would like us to discuss or bring up for the next time. So this has been the My Audio Nerds podcast. Until next time, you guys.
Make some music today.
That was cold.